Welcome to Tibara's Den. My name is Whitney and welcome to another CAS video. Just to catch you all up in case you haven't seen the previous several videos, we are working on a series based on the zodiac signs. I'll leave the playlist linked in the description below as well as at the end of this video, so you can definitely watch the previous videos and get yourself all caught up. But basically each month we are going to be doing sims based on whatever zodiac, Western zodiac we are in that moment. So of course right now it's Aries from March 21st through April 19th. So last week we created a sim based on the zodiac of Aries, and then we're also creating the Chinese zodiac twin to whatever Western zodiac we're creating. So for Aries, their Chinese zodiac twin is actually the dragon. And so that's what we created last week. We created two sims based on those. And then, of course, we did their build, their speed build like we do every Friday. And so they have their house and everything all set up. But in the weeks between, when we create the zodiac, the Western zodiac, and then until the next zodiac sign comes up, we are going to be doing sims based on the Primal Zodiac. And so what the Primal Zodiac is it takes your Western Zodiac sign and your Chinese Zodiac sign and combines them, and that's your Primal Zodiac. And so for like me, I'm a Virgo and a rabbit, and so I am an earthworm is my Primal Zodiac. And I will leave all the information to where I got my sources and my inspiration and such. I'll leave that link down in the description below, so if you want to look further and learn more about Primal Zodiacs, you can definitely check that out and maybe even learn what your zodiac or your Primal Zodiac sign is. I think it's really interesting. My husband actually introduced me to this. He's much more into it than I am, and he's actually an Aries, and his Chinese zodiac is a dog, and so we created his Primal Zodiac last week, or on Monday rather, which is a Doberman Pinscher. And so there's going to be two separate houses for the Primal Zodiac, and I'm kind of doing them, of course, based on whatever Western Zodiac we're working on for that month. So we're going to do the House of Aries 1 and then the House of Aries 2. And so for the first house, we created the first four sims, which I was debating how to break them up, because obviously they can't all be in the same house because only 8 sims can be in a house. So I was breaking them up into 6 and 6, and I debated, and it actually works out perfectly because the Chinese zodiac, each zodiac sign has an element, which same with Western, but that's what I'm doing it based on. So there's actually 5 different elements that the Chinese zodiac uses, and so it's earth, fire, metal, water, and wood. And so we created the earth elements, which there's 4 of them. We created those guys on Monday, and then today we are doing the sims based on the fire elements, and they're of course in that first house as well. And then we'll do the last 3 elements, which the last 6 sims in the second house. And so that's what we're working with, and we're going to be doing this all year, obviously, because we're doing the Western zodiac signs as they come up in the calendar year. So that's kind of what we're working with. You can see I did the hammerhead, which is based on, of course, Aries combined with the sign, or the Chinese zodiac year of the horse. And so we did her first, and we're actually going to come back to her because I did her everyday look, and then I jumped over to the next sim, but I do come back to her and do her full array of outfits. So we'll be right back with her. But first up, to talk about the Primal Zodiac side of things, we are working on Panju here, who is based on a praying mantis. His name means one who has a smooth-natured personality. And so I'm going to go ahead and read the Primal Zodiac, or part of it, and like I said, you can check out the full thing, the article, whatever, page. You can check that out. The link is in the description below, and that way you can read the full thing. But basically it says, the praying mantis is the master manipulator of the Primal Zodiac. Those born under this sign have a gift for convincing others to do whatever they want them to. Like their animal namesake, members of the sign prefer to blend into the background and wait for their prey to come to them. That's not to say the praying mantises are evil or even ill-intentioned. They simply have the power to get others to do things that benefit them. Used for good, this is a rare and powerful skill set that can accomplish much more when shared with others than it could when praying mantises go it alone. As you might expect, members of the sign are charming, charismatic, and energetic. They are hard to ignore, which is fine because most who meet them would have no reason to want to ignore them anyway. They are well-mannered and intriguing on the outside, but aggressive and even possessive on the inside. Once a praying mantis discovers his or her power of persuasion, it may become hard for them to control their desire to wield it. As it is in most superhero comics, it takes time to master a powerful gift, and in that time, the student may choose to use their powers to help others or to serve themselves. And then it goes on to talk about, which careers that are ideal for a praying mantis and things like that. But some of the things that stood out to me from when they're talking about different careers and such are that praying mantises are charming and aggressive. They don't mind getting all the attention as long as they get to exercise control of the situation. Or no, sorry, I jumped ahead. They want to exercise control of the situations. They don't mind getting all the attention as long as they get to play puppet master. And so they do well in marketing and advertising. They know how to spin a story and are highly adept at getting others to believe in their vision. They should be careful about using their powers for personal gain at the expense of integrity. And so for Panju here, I decided to give him the career in social media as a public relations executive, and then his aspiration is city native because that gives the bonus trait of in the know, which means he can haggle with vendors over prices and such, which I thought was pretty fitting for a praying mantis, since they are very charming and can kind of, get people to do things for them. And then the traits I gave him were, of course, self-assured, ambitious, and outgoing. And so, yeah, I had a lot of fun creating him. Just in case you haven't seen the Monday's video, I am trying to add aspects of the different animals into their look. And so sometimes, that might come across as not so great, but for the most part, I think it's turning out really well, and it's just kind of giving me an inspiration to create different looks. And so for him, I try to really chisel in the jaw. Like if you see a picture of a praying mantis, they kind of have a wider forehead and then it really tapers in. And they do have a strong looking jaw, but it's very it's very triangular face. And so that's kind of what I was going for him. And then of course, when I think praying mantis, I think green. I know they come in different colors, but that's kind of what I was thinking. So I gave him the green eyes, and then this hair it's blonde, but it kind of has a grayish green tint to it, and so I like that. And and I just like the idea, he's very beautiful and charismatic, and he can really draw people into him just based on his looks alone, and I kind of like that aspect. And then for his outfits, I really try to go with, smooth looking guy. And so, you saw for his everyday outfit, I did it has the open shirt and then the jacket over the top, and then, slacks and nice shoes. And I try to do that for most of his outfits, and any of the outfits that don't go along with working, I did very functional. And so for his athletic wear, he takes that seriously, so the outfit is very streamlined and perfect for somebody who's serious about working out, because that's kind of how I see him. I see anything he spends his time on that's outside of his profession, or what he wants to do with his life, he takes it very seriously, and he's gonna do it right, essentially. So that's kind of what I was working with for him. And even like his downtime, is probably a little bit more extravagant than other Sims. So like his swimwear, he has the glasses on, and I mean he's ready to do a day at the beach. Like he's probably kind of a little high maintenance, I would say. And then you can notice I did give him the earpiece in a lot of his looks, and that's because I see him like if he's at an event, he's working. He's directing somebody, or he's always looking for that next client, things like that. So he always has it on, essentially. And I really wish there was like a more of like a Bluetooth headpiece that I could have put on him. But the microphone headpiece worked perfect for what I was going for either way. So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed him. And I think I think he's beautiful. Like, I love this sim. And I'm really glad I had the custom content pieces I did to be able to use as far as like his looks, the hair and his eyes are custom content as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed creating him, and I'm excited to see him kind of around my world and such. But you can see for his outfits, I also went with a lot of grays and greens and browns, colors like that. Obviously I think of praying mantises as green, but they do come in different colors. And so I try to, anything that makes me think of trees, because for some reason in my mind I kind of lump praying mantises and like stick bugs together. I know they're not the same, but I always lump them together, and I always think of them in trees and kind of blending in with the trees. And so I was trying to go like anything that made me think of trees. But of course, I added in black to kind of break things up as well. But you can see like his party look, it even has the earpiece, like he would see everything as an event or still an opportunity to get clients or things like that. He's always on. I see the sim as always on. But yeah, I really tried to capture that, and more, I don't know, like he kind of has that car salesman vibe. I hate saying that, but at the same time, I think like how it says, like, they're not necessarily evil or ill intentioned. He likes the game. Like he really, really enjoys playing the PR game and spinning things and making people see things in a slightly different way. But at the same time, that's not always a good thing, and he really needs to be careful to make sure that he does it correctly. So, but yeah, I really, like I said, had a lot of fun. I think I used these swim shorts here, like, the different colors. It wasn't too much. And then I do, like I said, give him some glasses. Like he's ready to relax and go full out, and like I could see him, renting a yacht or something like that. Like, I mean, and again, maybe entertaining clients while he's relaxing, so it's not just about relaxing. Like he goes full out no matter what he does. And then even his hot weather and his cold weather look are very polished and put together. And I actually like his hot weather look. I went with the green shorts there, and at first I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but the more I look at it, the more I enjoy it. And then the shoes are perfect because they have the tan, and then they also have kind of that greeny blue color to tie in with the shorts as well. So that doesn't always happen, that you find like the perfect pair of shoes that ties everything together perfectly. And then for his cold weather look, again, sometimes it's hard to find the right look that you're going for. Especially I struggle with cold weather because I just don't think there's enough options. But this look here, which I think he started with when I flipped over to that look, I really liked because it had the button-up shirt underneath, and then layered with the sweater, layered with the jacket, which I see him layering like that I don't see him, going full puffy jacket or anything like that. So again, it's very polished and put together. But that is his looks, which I really, really like. And so now we are back to Helenka, who is a hammerhead. And again, that's Aries combined with the Chinese zodiac year of the horse. And so let me go ahead and read the description on her. It is said that a shark stops moving, they will drown. This is a brilliant metaphor for the hammerhead, shark primal zodiac sign. Hammerheads are headstrong, independent, and adventurous. They have seemingly endless amounts of energy, and when they see something they want, they go after it full force. Members of the sign can't stand restrictions. Their independence is the most important thing. They have a hard time settling down in careers and relationships unless they have the freedom to do what they want when they want to do it. From the outside, hammerheads seem very confident, but this is not actually the case. They wear a mask most of the time, showing people the face they want them to see, not who they really are. They don't like to stop and think about things. They would much rather just push forward and see what happens. They tend to be a bit self-involved, and at their worst can be overly aggressive and blunt to the point of rudeness. Hammerheads like being around people and tend to do best in large groups. Not to sound insulting, but hammerheads do best when they can make interactions with the others short and sweet. People find their energy and enthusiasm contagious, and they can be quite funny and engaging. The only problem is they also tend to be restless, and when they get bored, they can take out their frustrations on those around them. They don't make the best coworkers, so for everyone's sake, it's best to give them some independence in their careers. And then it goes on to talk, about different careers, of course, and key points I pulled out was they typically enjoy traveling, and some hammerheads will be naturally athletic. And so a career in sports might be perfect. And so because of that, I went ahead and made her an athlete on the professional branch. She is a serial romantic. Special trait, with that is player. And I gave her that trait since they don't like to settle down into one relationship. And then, of course, she is non-committal, she's active, and she is adventurous. And her name means intense, strong, and powerful. So you can see for all her looks, again, I was kind of going like gray theme. And her look too, her overall look, I really went heavy on the hammerhead side. She has the really big eyes, and then the buns in her hair made me think hammerhead. I also went with like a wider nose and a wider mouth to kind of get that hammerhead feel. And then for her clothing wise, aesthetic wise, I went with a lot of grays and blacks, because that's how I picture hammerheads or most sharks in general as kind of gray. So that's kind of what I was working with here. And a lot of her looks are very, very sporty. She can go active at a moment's notice with all of her looks. Even like her formal look. And I think I'd give her a dress for her hot weather as well. But it kind of has like a certain sportiness to it, even though they are dresses. And for her party look here, I actually tried to go with something where I thought, like she might go to the party and then maybe ride with someone else to the party. And then after the party's over or she's done, she might decide to run home or something like that. So I tried to give her an outfit that was kind of party attire, but at the same time, she could just go off and go for a run or, be very active with the outfit. So I gave her this top here because it's kind of like sports bra-ish. So that's why I went with that top there. And then I tried to find some shorts that were cute, but also comfortable enough, she could be really active in them. I didn't want to do sneakers or anything like that. Or sandals, and so I gave her boots because I figured she could maybe run in them, but at the same time, or she could just kick them off and maybe her friend takes them home for her or something like that, which I guess she could do it with sandals too. But just in case, like, I thought, well, at least, she can maybe run in boots where sandals is not always so easy to run in, or high heels or anything like that. And I did consider giving her sneakers for her party look, but I wanted something, like I said, that I felt she could run in. So even the boots are more practical than like the high heeled boots or anything like that. And then, of course, she has the watch where she would probably a smart watch where she can monitor things and everything like that. And yeah, she was a lot of fun too. Like I said, I've actually already created all of the Primal Zodiacs under the sign of Aries. And so these six, I really enjoyed every single one of them. And even the next six, I had a lot of fun with. And I don't know, like, but there's something about this sim in particular, like I really like, which is probably because I'm obsessed with sharks. I'm currently Hulu now has the 2019 Shark Week, so I've been watching that because we don't have cable, and so that's the one thing I miss is being able to watch Shark Week. And so that's kind of what I've been watching recently too. And so I kind of had sharks in my mind already, and so I really enjoyed her in particular because I love sharks. So I think her and the Doberman, which is what my husband is. So Devana, who I created on Monday, so check that out if you haven't. I really enjoyed these two in particular, but I love all of these sims, and that's the thing I'm enjoying about doing the Primal Zodiac. Like it's giving me inspiration, not only for certain looks, because I'm kind of dragging in the animal aspects into their looks, but also, just different personalities and such, which combining, the Aries and the Chinese zodiac, like, getting those different personalities and then, having a career in mind for them and everything. I'm really developing the characters more so than I've done in the past. And so it's been a lot of fun. And you can see for her swimwear, I actually gave her two looks. Because she's a shark, I thought full on dive, like I can see her like being a free diver, and then I went with more like cutesy fun look as well. So I kind of did the two separate sides because I couldn't pass up. I never used the diving look for their swimwear, and I just couldn't pass it up in her case. And I was debating like what kind of athlete. Like obviously you can't choose in the sim, but I think it would be fun, if she was like a competitive swimmer and even like a free diver, things like that. Like I think that would be so much fun if you could choose like which sport or with they do as a professional athlete, because I can definitely see her doing something with water. And now this is her hot weather look. So like I said, I did give her the dress again, more of like a white and black, but just that dress just kind of makes me think sporties. Like I can see her, oh no, I gave her the tennis skirt. I was gonna go with the dress, that's right, but I give her the tennis skirt and then the tank top. But again, very sporty, and even though it's a skirt, like very athletic and everything like that. And then her cold weather, I actually do one of the new kits, the one with the clothing, the retro whatever kit. Can't remember what it's called right now, but I do like it's like a jacket dress, this one right here, and then I do leggings underneath. So I mean it's kind of more of a dress here, but yeah, and then I do the leggings underneath, which I like as well. And then just some shoes. Nothing too fancy there, but I think that's a really cute look. And I've actually been getting a lot of use out of this kit, surprisingly enough. I didn't think I would. I definitely thought I would get most use out of the Country Kitchen kit, which I really haven't used a whole lot yet. And that was the one I was most excited about, which I think a lot of people were. But the not retroactive, but the retro kit here, I've actually used quite a bit, and I really enjoyed it. And then the Bust the Dust kit, I haven't used it for gameplay, which I haven't done a lot of gameplay yet, but I have used it for decorating, which I do like. So, but yeah, that's Helenica, and I'm probably not saying the name right, so I apologize, but that's her look, and I think she was a lot of fun to create. Like I said, she's probably up there in the top of my favorites out of this group. And so I think, like I said, I will do their build tomorrow so that way you can see it, why all these characters are fresh in your mind. But I'm going to leave you here and we will see you tomorrow. And then remember to check back on Monday as well for the next house. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.